Hello students, in this video we will be discussing about this topic, that is what happens in reflex actions. Previously in this chapter we already discussed about that a neuron, and about the structure and function of neuron, and about control and coordination we got little bit. So in this video we will be discussing here about what happens in reflex action. So before discussing what happens in reflex action, we have to understand the meaning of reflex action. So what is reflex action? First we will look this one. Reflex action. A reflex action is an involuntary and instantaneous movement in response to a stimulus. We know that what is stimulus already. Stimulus means anything from outside, that external influence. So reflex action is an involuntary. So there are two types of actions that occurs in our body. One is voluntary actions and another one is involuntary. Voluntary actions means those actions which are under our control, means those the actions which can be controlled by us, that actions are known as voluntary actions. And some actions are there which cannot be controlled by our brain, or if we say we cannot control the actions, these type of actions are known as involuntary actions. So reflex action is one type of involuntary action. So in class 9 also we have got about voluntary actions and involuntary actions. Our heart is beating continuously, so that action is an involuntary action. We cannot control the heartbeat, means if we think that now we'll stop the heartbeat. No, it do not happen like this. No, we cannot stop our heartbeat by our will. So those types of actions are involuntary, means over those actions we have no control. So reflex action is one type of involuntary action. Reflex action is an involuntary and instantaneous. Not only involuntary, it is also instantaneous, means it occurs suddenly, instantly. So it is an involuntary and instantaneous movement in response to any stimulus. So in response to any stimulus, the instantaneous and involuntary response we will call this as reflex action. So the receptors of our various organs receive the stimulus of danger, and with the help of sensory neuron and motor neuron, spinal cord causes reflection action in order to save from the danger. So what happens? The receptors of our various organs. In our various organs, in the previous video also I have mentioned about the various sensory organs. Various sensory organs have different receptors. So those receptors receives the stimulus of danger. Some danger will be there, and that stimulus of that danger will be received by the receptors of our various sensory organs, and with the help of sensory neuron and motor neurons. In our body we have neurons, and some of those neurons, some are sensory neurons and some are motor neurons. So we'll look about motor neuron and sensory neuron in the next part. Here we'll only say that we have two types of neurons, that is sensory neurons and motor neurons. Several other types are there, so only here we'll discuss about sensory and motor. So with the help of sensory neuron and motor neuron, spinal cord causes reflex action. We know that all the activities are controlled by our brain. Brain is the master of our body. It regulates all the activities, but here the reflex action is not controlled by our brain, it is controlled by the spinal cord. So spinal cord, with the help of the sensory neuron and motor neuron, cause the reflex action in order to save us from the danger. So that stimulus of danger will be received by the receptors, and that with the help of sensory neuron and motor neuron, spinal cord actually causes reflex action in order to save us from the danger. So if you take the example here, removal of hand when hot object is touched, means unintentionally if you touch an hot object, or handle of a cooker, or handle of an utensil, or handle of any pen or anything, if you touch any hot object unintentionally, if you touch it intentionally, that one will not be a reflex action. So it should be unintentional touch. If you touch any hot object unintentionally, certainly what will happen? Involuntarily, instantaneously you will remove your hand, means you will not know that you are removing. Instantly you will remove your hand, and that action is called reflex action. Similarly, if you take here, instantaneous closing of eyelid when something rushes towards the eye. If any insect or any light source comes towards our eye suddenly, what happens? Instantly our eyelid closes to save us from that danger. So that action is known as reflex action. Now what is this? If we zoom out, we will see this is our central nervous system. In the previous video also I have mentioned about central nervous system. In central nervous system we have brain and we have spinal cord. So these are our vertebra which is protecting the spinal cord. So this is the spinal cord here. So the spinal cord and the brain together will say central nervous system. All the activities, most of the activities are controlled by this brain, but some like reflex action are controlled by this spinal cord. So why reflex action is controlled by spinal cord, not by brain? We'll see in this next page. So if you see this picture here, this is a picture of reflex action. So that is our spinal cord. This is a cross section of our spinal cord, and here two neurons are there. One neuron is, this is efferent or sensory neuron, and another neuron, that is blue color, this one efferent or motor neuron. So these two types of neurons we have. So motor neuron and sensory neuron, and we have muscle group here, and this is our skin receptor, and it is a candle. If unintentionally if we touch the candle, what happens? Automatically our hand will be removed from that candle. How? So first the stimulus of this fire, of this heat, will be received by the receptor on present in our skin. So that receptor will receive the stimulus, and that stimulus in the form of electrical impulse will be transferred via this or through this sensory neuron. So from the receptor through sensory neuron, what happens? Electrical impulse or the signal of heat will be sent to the spinal cord. Actually it should be sent to the brain, but for reflex action what happens? This thing is received up to the spinal cord. It does not travel all the way to the brain. It stops here in the spinal cord. Why it stops here in the spinal cord? To save us from the danger. If it travels to the brain, and again from the brain the instruction will come to our muscle, and then our hand will be lifted. So it will take long time, and with that much of time our hand will be burnt. To take place the action instantly, these reflex actions are controlled by our spinal cord. If it is controlled by our brain, it will take more time, and by that time our hand will be burnt. To save us from the danger, our spinal cord is controlling the reflex actions, not by brain, so that the actions takes place very fast. So the stimulus will be received by the receptors, and from the receptor in the form of electrical impulse, the stimulus will be sent to the spinal cord via this sensory neuron. So sensory neuron will take the stimulus from the receptor to the spinal cord, and from spinal cord one point is here, that is a junction between our efferent and motor neuron and sensory neuron. Efferent or efferent, sensory neurons are also known as efferent neuron, and motor neurons are also known as efferent neurons. So one meeting point is here at the spinal cord. The sensory neuron and motor neurons joins together at one point in the spinal cord, and that point is known as reflex arc. That point is known as reflex arc. That point is known as reflex arc. So the meeting point between of sensory neuron and motor neuron, spinal cord. So from what happens, the electrical impulse do not travel to the brain. It transmits the information to motor neuron to shorten the muscle, to move for the movement of our hand, so that our hand gets lifted. So the instruction will be sent to the motor neuron instead of going to the brain. Spinal cord does this. It transfers the message to the motor neuron, and motor neuron causes some action in our muscles, and that action lifts our hand from this danger. So this is how reflex action takes place. Instead of going to the brain, it is occurring in the spinal cord at that reflex arc, so that time can be saved. If it travels to the brain, and from the brain again through motor neuron will come, so it will take more time. So to save time, this reflex action is controlled by our spinal cord. And this is how reflex action takes place. So which part of our body controls reflex action? If the question is asked, it is spinal cord, not brain. Spinal cord regulates or controls the reflex actions. So how reflex action takes place, I hope now clear. So I have given some questions here. First question is, what is reflex action? That one you will write in your copy, and explain the process of reflex action. It is a very simple process. I will repeat again. First, the stimulus will be received by the receptors of our skin, or it may be any receptor. Not only skin receptor, it may be receptors present in our eye, receptors present in our ear, receptors present in our nose also. So the stimulus will be received by the receptors, and from the receptors via sensory neuron, the stimulus will be sent to the spinal cord, and from spinal cord the stimulus, or we can say this electrical impulse, will be transmitted or transferred to the motor neuron, and through motor neuron the stimulus will be that signal or information will be sent to the muscle group, and muscle group will cause some action which will lift, or which will cause the reflex action. So there is a short process of reflex action. Now we will this third question, explain the following terms, that is sensory neuron and motor neuron. What is sensory neuron and motor neuron? I have already explained. I hope these three questions you will be able to answer. If you cannot answer, you just ask me. I will try to give you the answers. And thank you for watching the video with so much of patience.